Hey folks, what's going on? It's Matt with Heroic Tactics, and I probably need to rename this. I'm a bit disoriented today. I've been drinking coffee all morning, and despite me drinking coffee all morning, I still fell asleep on the couch. I'm like, whoa, man, come on, coffee! You're supposed to be making me spaz out, but it's just not doing that for me today. This has been kind of a lazy Sunday. Like it stormed this morning, so it's all rainy and I don't really want to do anything, man. But I like those Sundays because I like not doing stuff. But yeah, so this is my weekly gaming update, which is so it's not the Boba Fett unboxing that was yesterday, and I gotta change the title of that. But yeah, yeah, I unboxed Boba Fett yesterday because I wanted a card for this team that I played yesterday. It was Darth Vader, dun dun dun, the Dark Lord of Sith, with his brand new Driven by Hatred card. I want to make Darth Vader somehow eviler, and then the Emperor, uh, Darth Maul brought in through Temp Alliance, Elite Stormtroopers. And then for 2 points, the remaining 2 points is an Imperial officer, a regular Imperial officer. For the movement points, I really liked during the games the Imperial officer saying, "Hey Darth Vader," or "Hey Darth Maul, hey Emperor, can you please move that way for a little bit? Thanks." He couldn't. The power was called Order, and he was the best he could do to these villains is maybe suggest. I can't imagine any of them taking this guy's orders seriously. But yeah, so I knew this team wasn't going to be that good. I just wasn't prepared for how bad it was going to be. Melee's jacked up, dude. I mean, I really want to swing lightsabers and cut people's faces off, but you just can't do that. It's okay. So this is the map that was on the Emperor's card, and this is almost built to make Melee awesome. There's all these crazy walls. The doors would be right here, right here, right here, and right here. So there's not a lot of good line of fire and stuff like that. And then topping it all off, Mission A, this one's sick. It says place 3 neutral mission tokens on here. And while these mission tokens are on this card, accuracy is minus that many mission tokens. So, the first round, accuracy is -3. The next round, accuracy is -2. So, it's, built to give... It's almost straight up built to give melee characters a chance. But you cannot get out there without exposing yourself and just being shot to pieces. And I am saddened to say that my Jedi and my Sith are going to have to be retired until, some crazy stuff happens, until they find a better way or make it easier for them to do stuff. Maybe built-in minus accuracies to some of these things like that. I mean, theoretically, they should be, deflecting laser beams and stuff like that. Yeah, that would be snazzy if they had a built-in minus accuracy, I did hit one time with Vader, the double 3 shields, and that was a lot of fun. But my opponent still did 1 damage to them, so he was rolling that much damage. It was crazy. But yeah, so that was my team this week, and I was not very impressed by it because shooting stuff from far away is pretty much the name of this game, and I was kind of sad by that. But this map is so much fun. Oh gosh, I love the sneaking around the edges, and both missions were great because we played both missions. The one mission which is just with the range reduction is just you just gotta kind of hold these special choke points and get a point each turn, and then the escort mission where you have to get your dudes to the launch point. Yeah, fun. I was really excited to play it. I like playing these new missions that I'm not familiar with. It seems interesting to me that Fantasy Flight would go nuts with these these maps and these missions, but allow only certain maps allowable in tournaments. And I understand why, because golly, it took me an hour to put this thing together for the first time. Just trying to get the pieces together and trying to figure out how it went. And I couldn't imagine in a tournament setting you trying to do this. So it's just one of those things where like, hey, Fantasy Flight, print out more of these things. Give us more of these neoprene maps. I freaking love it. I love the one map that I have, the one map that I've been able to get a hold of. I love it. I love it a lot. But you can only play on the same map so many times, even for fun, without getting bored on it. And it's something I would love for them to just put out more maps. I like the price point they're putting them out. I really like these maps. I wish there was more of them. It's one of those things that I've noticed that I guess coming from HeroClix, that having a bunch of maps is good for the game. It keeps the game different. And that was one of the appeals to me about the puzzle maps is that, or in theory, is that you can have a whole bunch of different maps, limited only by your imagination. And in practice, that doesn't seem to work as well as I thought it would work. But I love the idea. I love the idea. While I'm on the subject of HeroClix and Imperial Assault, the reason I quit HeroClix is just because I couldn't afford to collect anymore or play a collectible game. I didn't want to blind pull. But another reason that I left it, or another reason that was a big complaint of mine, is that we had a huge problem attracting new players. And we had a whole bunch of new faces, but they were people who played the game from other locations and they just moved into town. And we had a bunch of people who would watch us play and go, oh, that looks really cool. And then when you tell them that it's like, $25 to $30 to get a starter to get going, and they kind of walk away, I mean, yeah, to get like a Fast Forces or a starter, something to get them playing, and they'd walk away from that. And then Imperial Assault's even worse. It's really kind of hurting the game, I think. I wish Fantasy Flight, if they're watching at all, and I doubt they are, but if they are watching at all, I would like for them to make an introduction pack. Like, with maybe different characters in the core set, because, don't get me wrong, I love the core set. I understand that you're getting basically 2 games for the price of 1, but people are going to look at that $100 price tag, and they're going to be like, no. To be 100% honest, I avoided Imperial Assault for like 2 years because it was a $100 price range, and I was like, I don't have $100, and I only got it because I want a game that's not collectible, and I want a miniatures game, and I love the IP, but like, geez, they need to do like an introductory pack, maybe like an Imperial leader and some troop and some homies and a rebel leader and some homies. God, the guy that played Cliff Clavin in Cheers, who played the guy in Hoth, the guy in Return of the Empire Strikes Back. That guy, maybe make him and some rebel snow guys, and maybe some snow troopers and like a level like a high-ranking snow trooper or something like that, or one of the general AT-AT generals, but just like a small pack so people can get a taste of the game and go, oh, this is cool. I understand this. You got to do something for like. God, if you could make like a $20 price point, that'd be perfect. I mean, you have to do like a crappy paper map, but it's just a taste. It's just to get people to get into the thing and say, hey, look, dude, if you like that, well, we have this giant core set. It's fancier. It's got more figures. It's also got the ability for you to play like a Pathfinder style Star Wars game, which is hot stuff, dude. I can't walk into like any game store without seeing like a Pathfinder game going on. So it's like there are selling points to the core set, but you need to wet people's whistle to get it going. And I'm lobbying hard, if Fantasy Flight's paying attention, for some sort of introductory set to get people into Imperial Assault. I not 100% certain what Legion is. I know it's supposed to be the miniatures game. like 40K, so you're playing armies, not a skirmish like Imperial Assault. And I don't know what's going to be the gateway. I think people are looking at the price point on that too and just say, let's face it, there's a lot of things people can be spending their money on nowadays. You know, there's Netflix, you know, there's video games, there's all this stuff you can do, and every hobby is competing for these finite amount of money, and you have to be a little bit more cash conscious nowadays when you're doing anything as a hobby. Anything that's not essential needs to be more cash conscious. So there needs to be some sort of introductory, maybe like just given the quality of the miniatures, I could see even $30 for like an introductory set. But like, you have to give someone something people can get a taste. You know, people look at the $100 core set and say that's crazy. They look at the expansion packs that seem reasonabler until they realize they have to buy the $100 core set to get going. So please, Fantasy Fright, please listen to me. Please introduce a taster, some sort of sampler, get you going set for this game. It'll definitely, just get casual players up, and casual players will eventually go into competitive players, and competitive players, high-level competitive play will definitely get people even more excited for this game. So that's enough of me begging. How were your games? Did you get a chance to play this weekend? Did you get a chance to play campaign? I don't know when we're playing campaign next. I think we got the Q4 tournament kit in, so I think we'll be doing that at some point. I'm really mad at myself because I missed the last time we played campaign, so that's kind of a bummer to me. But I'm looking forward to playing campaign again. Man, I think there was talks of messing around with Heart of Empire, because you don't technically need to go in order from the core to Heart of Empire and stuff like that. So there was some gossip. Anyway, how did you do? Did you play? Did you play some skirmish? Did you play some campaign? If you could comment that below, that would be super rad. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching this Matt with Heroic Tactics, and may all your dice roll hot.